It's hard to be joyful when you've got a sinus headache. Hi everybody, this is Glenda with Fralin and Friends, and tonight is about joy. But the way I'm approaching it is a little different than what I had planned. And that's because I'm trying to get over a sinus headache. And it's hard to be joyful when you've got a sinus headache. But I think it's possible to a degree. I'm not a Pollyanna, but it is possible to a degree. For one thing, it's going away. I took something for it and it's on its way out the head. Joy it's not always exuberant. It is, but not always. Happiness, to me, is a personal thing. We can make a decision to be happy, but we don't just say, oh, I'm going to be happy. We have to believe that we can be happy, and we have to do steps to achieve that degree of happiness. If I just sit here, but if I actually reach out and call one of my kids or talk to one of my grandkids or a friend or a neighbor or see a comment from you guys, I'm looking for those. Or it might just be somebody walking in the door. The girl that delivers the mail today, she actually brings when I have a package, she knows I'm on oxygen, she knows I have difficulty, and when she gets a package she can't put in the mailbox, she'll bring it right up to my door, ring my doorbell, wait for me to come out, and she'll walk part way in to meet me to give me those packages. And she's done some pretty hefty packages for me and just help put them just even on the porch so that I don't have to struggle with them. That brings me joy. That is the joy of receiving. This kind of thing here, what I'm doing here, brings me another kind of joy. It brings me the joy of being able to do something for somebody. Sometimes I've made things for myself. Those bring me joy too. But just looking at the progress and thinking, I've been able to do that. That brings me joy. It's like, wow. I can be robbed of my joy. I think we all can. But, well, it depends on what it is. But I can let myself be robbed of my joy if I'm not being on guard. On guard. But if somebody is constantly spewing negative at me, I can choose not to accept all that junk and go find somebody who's going to be enjoying the positive with me. Or at least a conversation that isn't all negative, you know. But, I mean, we've all been around that person who just hates to say, they love to be miserable. You've met that person. They love to be miserable. Now, there's some people who are genuinely miserable, and it's the holidays, and that's something I want to talk about. Because I'm not going to be long on this tonight, sorry. I put this in my hands and I started working. This time of year, you find a lot of depression. There are people out there who have lost loved ones at this time of year or over the holidays, it's so hard for them to be around. I mean, for some of them, they might find comfort in others who are being, full of life and the spirit of the season. I think that's great. Others, it might just feel almost like someone isn't seeing them, like someone doesn't recognize the grief they're having. And I think that's something that needs to be recognized. This is where I think professionals kind of come in, but sometimes we as friends or just loved ones or somebody who can just say something, just say, how you doing? Are you okay right now? Because if you recognize the signs, if you at least keep an eye on them and you recognize the signs that they're just not perking up at all, they're not happy, maybe that they've lost a loved one, maybe they're a veteran, or something about them is just telling you they're not finding any joy. You can find joy just in the fact that you at least talk to them, and hopefully you can, if they will allow you, hopefully you can guide them to a pastor or get them to talk to someone who can help them. Maybe you can be the one to just sit there and let them talk it out. Because, and there's also, there are people in all kinds of professions. There are the elderly, those who are alone. That kind of isolation, especially over the holidays, it can really play on them. And Glenda, you mentioned the other day you went to the nursing home. Do you know how many people in nursing homes do not get visitors at all? What you did is huge. And I mean, I remember when I was working at the nursing home, people coming in with, like their animal, and the eyes would just brighten. Or some kids from a class coming in and singing a song, or someone just coming in and playing cards with them. We had a guy whose wife had died, and his way of helping himself find joy was to come down to the nursing home once a week or so and play cards with those who wanted to play cards, and their eyes just brighten up, just bingo. So don't ever count yourself as not helping others. If you can do any little thing, and maybe you don't even know you've done it, but let's be joyful, because even if we don't have this big rush of adrenaline that says, wow, there's still the ability to feel a degree of joy and happiness. I think joy is spiritual. Happiness comes from within and can be connected to the spiritual. So I'm not going to keep going on this, but because I said it was going to be short. Well, I am. I'm 5'3". What do you want? But doing things for others, allowing others to do something for you. That girl that brings the mail in, she does our route. When she brings that in, she's got the biggest smile on her face. Like she's just, I was the face she wanted to see that day. Now I know that she's just enjoying doing her job, and that, she enjoys being able to do that for me. But man, it makes me feel good. So find your joy. It's out there. Even if your joy is to listen to someone who doesn't have it because they're grieving, or maybe they're going through something, or they've lost someone as a veteran and the season brings a lot back. There's I can't tell you all the different things, but just people. But mostly, to be there for yourself. Because you're a wonderful, wonderful person. And I love you. And this is a season of love. And love brings joy. Love brings joy. So, I'll see you tomorrow. I may be doing some stuff on my crafts. My face, it kind of comes and goes. Right now it's looking a little like a duck. I don't know, the nose kind of went weird. That's the thing. I realized the woman I was watching to make this stuff, she was working with modeling chocolate. And I think it was a little stiffer than this, because like this, every time I touch it, and I've never had a soft touch. And she seemed to have a very soft touch. And I was trying to use the tools she was using, all that. And then I realized she's working with modeling chocolate. So I don't know what I'm going to do with this gal. Or guy, whatever. I think I might try to I'm going to go ahead and try. Why not? There is a face there. Even with that beaky nose, I don't know. I'm going to have to take some of the clay off of there. And I'll see you tomorrow. Be sure to smile and wave. Even this time of year, blow somebody a kiss. Make sure it's someone you know, though. Because somebody else might think, whoa, what's going on here? Smile and wave. Subscribe. Click on that notification bell. Give us a thumbs up. I like your thumbs up. Give me one. I'll see you tomorrow. Good night. God bless. If you like a good historical fiction based on real people, then I would love for you to get your hands on and read Who Be Charlie Be and Finding Charlie. They are historical fiction, but they were inspired by very real people who lived right here in southeast Nebraska. And the main character, Charlie, was a mixed race man, and it's about the way he was received, the people around him, his family and other people surrounding him, and how he managed to get through a life filled with bigotry as well as love. So please do find those on Amazon and other stores listed in the description below.